shouldn't have been able to see them. My husband, my best friend. Too close, too familiar. The air between them heavy with tension. They hadn't seen me yet. I stepped inside. No hesitation, no anger. Just certainty. They froze. Her breath caught his hands tensed. The silence stretched, charged. Waiting to snap, I let it linger. Let them feel it. Then I smiled. You should have invited me. Before we dive in, take a quick second to like this video and hit subscribe. It's easy, only takes a moment and helps more than you know. Plus, you won't want to miss what happens next. Now let's begin. His hands gripped my waist, pulling me closer in a way that still felt effortless. Even after all these years. Like our bodies knew the rhythm by heart. His breath came in short, uneven waves matching mine. Heat still lingering between us. His lips brushed my skin, his touch firm. Our movements instinctive. The rhythm built my body, tensing as a wave of warmth spread through me. His name left my lips in a breathless whisper before we collapsed. Tangled in the moment, hearts racing in sync. I exhaled, his arm draped over my stomach. Warmth still lingering, my body hummed, but my mind was already drifting. As I reached for my phone, the screen lit up a notification. Her name, I smirked. Thumb hovering over the screen before opening the app. A new post, my best friend posing in a sundress. Her dark curls loose around her shoulders. The sun catching her smile just right. She always had this effortless confidence, the kind that made people stop and look. She really knows how to drive men crazy. I murmured, turning the phone toward my husband. You've always thought she was gorgeous, haven't you? He chuckled, tilting his head to glance at the photo, fingers still idly tracing circles on my hip. Of course, he said smoothly. Who wouldn't? I grinned, scrolling lazily. I bet she'd love the way you just... She'd probably agree, he said. The words landed so casually, so effortlessly that they almost slipped past me. Almost a beat of silence, my breath caught. The warmth between us off. She'd probably agree, brushed off too easily. I turned my head slowly, searching his face for something. Anything that explained why he'd said that. He just lay there, completely at ease. His breathing steady, eyes half-lidded with lingering satisfaction. Wait, what? My voice was still light, still playful. But my mind sharpened like a blade. He smirked, stretching. Eyes flicking back to me, calm to calm. Nothing, he murmured. Voice low, unreadable. Just saying she's the type who notices things like it was obvious. Like it wasn't a big deal. But something in the way he said it made my stomach tighten. His hand brushed my thigh absent-mindedly, but I barely felt it. My eyes drifted back to the screen, staring at her photo, and for the first time I wondered. How much does he really know about her? About morning light stretched across the sheets. But my body felt cold. I should have woken up satisfied, still wrapped in the warmth of last night. But I wasn't. Something was wrong. That feeling had been following me since he spoke those words. Too smooth, too knowing. I went through the motions, coffee scrolling through my phone, mindlessly tapping into the security app to check yesterday's deliveries. My thumb swiped too far past recording the living room. I almost backed out. Almost, then I saw them and my breath vanished. The video played clear as day. No room for misinterpretation. My best friend, my husband. I sat up, heart hammering against my ribs. My fingers tightened around the phone. This wasn't just flirting. This wasn't a mistake. She was beneath him. Shifting as his body pressed against hers. Her movements instinctive. His hands held her in a way I recognized. Their movements synced, drawn together by something undeniable. His lips brushed against her skin the way I'd felt them before. Her breath hitched a reaction she couldn't suppress. His name left her lips the same way it left mine. Heat flashed in my chest, but it wasn't just anger. It was something sharper, deeper, more dangerous. I should have felt sick. I should have thrown my phone, screamed, sobbed, but I didn't because my pulse wasn't racing with rage. It was something else, something worse. A tangle of emotions, jealousy, confusion, something I didn't want to name. Because as I watched, I saw what he saw. The way she melted beneath him, the way she gave in to him, completely breathless, lost in the moment. Slow shiver ran down my spine. If I were in his place, what would I have done? The answer came before I could stop it. My breath hitched a shiver running through me. Unfamiliar but undeniable. I should have been broken, betrayed, but my pulse was pounding for a different reason. I wasn't just watching, I was questioning everything. I should have felt sick. I told myself that over and over again. The images were still burned into my mind. His hands on her, their bodies moving together. The way she gave in to him completely. I had seen it. I had watched every second. And still I wasn't angry. That unsettled me more than anything. The jealousy was there twisting inside me, but it wasn't sharp. It didn't make me want to scream. It made me want something else. Something I couldn't name. Something I needed to understand. So I called her dinner, she echoed. A soft laugh in her voice. That's unexpected. I forced a smile into my tone. I just feel like we haven't had a real night together in a while. Just the three of us. A pause then. I'd love that. The words settled in my chest, a slow, warm weight pressing down. I didn't know if this was a mistake. I only knew I needed to feel whatever this was up close. Evening came faster than I expected. The wine poured smoothly into glasses, deep red swirling against candlelight. I moved through the motions, laughing at the right moment, smiling when I should, but my pulse was thrumming beneath my skin, and then I watched them. I'd already seen them together once. But not like this, not in front of me. Her laughter was effortless. Her body language open, she touched him so naturally. A casual graze on his arm, a hand resting on his shoulder for just a second too long. And him, he was too at ease. His head tilted toward her every time she spoke, his fingers absently tracing the rim of his glass while she talked. And then a moment that hit me harder than it should have. She said something teasing. Something I didn't quite catch. And he leaned in close. Too close, his lips near her ear. Whispering something back. She laughed, but it wasn't just a laugh. It was the kind of laugh I used to make for him. A slow, heated pulse rolled through me. I should have felt sick, should have been furious. But all I could think about was her skin against his. Because I wanted to feel it too. Not just him, her. I didn't want to stop them, I wanted in. When she finally left, my mind was already racing. The pieces were there scattered in front of me, waiting to be placed together. The jealousy, the curiosity. The tension, the pull. I didn't have doubts anymore. I knew exactly what I had to do. Morning came, but my mind was already ahead of the day. I knew exactly what was going to happen before it did. I had seen it in their eyes. In the way they moved, in the way they thought. They were careful, but not careful enough. So I made it easy for them. I left early, told my husband I had errands to run, told my best friend I'd see her later. No hesitation, no questions. I wanted them to believe they had privacy, that there was no reason to hold back. And then I waited. Minutes dragged, time stretched. I let the tension coil tighter and tighter, until I could almost feel it snapping in the air. Even from a distance, then I turned the car around and drove home. The door was unlocked. He never locked it when he thought he was alone. I stepped inside, silent, measured. My heart beat steady. The house was quiet. But not empty, soft sounds floated down the hallway. Faint but unmistakable, I didn't rush. I let every step sink into the floor. Slow and deliberate, letting the moment stretch. I reached the bedroom. The door wasn't closed all the way. just enough to keep the illusion of privacy. I pushed it open, my husband. My best friend, tangled together just as I knew they would be. His hands on her body, her head tipped back, lips parted, their movements in sync. Lost in something deep, something urgent. Something they thought no one else could see until they saw me. A breath caught, muscles tensed. His hands faltered for half a second. Her body stiffened against his, her head snapping toward me. But they didn't stop. They couldn't. I let the silence stretch between us. Let the moment settle thick and charged. I wanted them to feel it, to understand that I wasn't here to break this apart. Then finally I smiled. "You should have invited me." Their eyes stayed locked on me, the tension crackling in the space between us. Thick with anticipation, I didn't hesitate. My fingers found the hem of my dress, lifting it slowly over my head. The fabric slipped away, drifting to the floor. The air shifted, charged. Humming with something unspoken, something undeniable, I stepped forward. Closing the space between us, my fingertips brushing her jaw, the lightest touch her breath caught. Her lips parting as I tilted her face toward mine, our movements effortless, instinctive. And then I kissed her. Soft at first, a slow tease of warmth. A question met with a quiet shiver. An answer whispered in the way she melted against me. The moment deepened, hesitation fading. Her hands rising to my waist, pressing closer, her touch hesitant, yet wanting more behind me. I felt him, his presence lingered steady. Warm, a quiet force waiting, watching. Knowing his fingertips traced a slow path down my back. Feather light at first, then more deliberate. The heat of his breath touched my shoulder, lingering before his lips followed, his touch unhurried, intent clear in the way his hands settled on my waist. Grounding me between them, a slow tremor rippled through me, caught between the softness of her kiss and the steady, knowing pressure of his hands. My fingers explored the contours of her skin, learning her, memorizing her feeling. The way she responded beneath my touch, the way her breath hitched, the way every shift carried silent meaning. I kissed her deeper, savoring teasing, drawn in by the way she pressed into me. How effortlessly we fit. Then I let my lips wander, tracing the curve of her jaw, the column of her throat, lingering over the pulse that fluttered beneath my mouth. I took my time, reveling in every subtle reaction. Every small sound caught between breath and need. Her fingers tangled in my hair, holding me there, her touch both uncertain and unyielding. Behind me he moved, always there, always present. His hands discovering, searching, finding each place where sensation deepened into something more. His lips followed, pressing warmth into my skin, each slow movement sending a spark down my spine. We were caught in it, tangled together in the space where thought dissolved, where only sensation and connection remained. Everything built slow and deliberate, winding tighter with each shared breath. Each touch, each lingering moment stretched impossibly thin. And then the tension broke. A rush, an undeniable pull swallowing us whole. A wave crashing over, leaving nothing but breathless stillness in its wake. The world faded, leaving only warmth. Only them, only the sound of unsteady breaths filling the space between us. I exhaled, sinking into it. Into them, into everything that it just unraveled between us. No second guessing, no hesitation. Just them, just us, just this. Most men dream about this. But if it happened to you, would you take the chance? Be honest, if you walked in on this moment. Would you stop it or just watch? Maybe even join? I want to know, tell me in the comments. What's your move? And before you go, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe. It's free, takes just a second, and ensures you never miss the next story. Turn on the notification bell too. You won't want to be late for what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.